Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Let's talk about emotional intelligence as a day trader. Yes, emotional intelligence. What is it? Okay, what is it comprised of? I'm going to talk about three of the most, the top or common characteristics, which makes up a good trader. All right, so when we sit in front of these charts on a daily, we have to have our stuff together. You know, our composure, our mindset. Be able to feel just refreshed, energized, and not have anything that's really clouding our mind. You know, I talked about a video about over a year ago about decluttering and starting over. And there's reasons that lead traders to be unsuccessful. You're going to have those that are going to be profitable and be successful, and then you're going to have those that are just not going to do well because they can't separate things in their own personal life versus when it comes to the business aspect of sitting in front of these charts and being able to read what's going on. All right. You can't come to the table. You cannot come and sit in front of your desk, in front of your monitor, and sit there and be able to understand, you know, what's going on behind the closed doors when you got other things that are really messing with your mind. Okay. Maybe from a personal standpoint, you know, maybe you're feeling down or depressed or stressed or, you know, you have that fear or anxiety or greed thing going on. You have to figure out what it is you're struggling with before you can step back and have a clear mind or focus. Because when we get in front of these charts and the business aspect of this is for us to make money, okay? But unlike most jobs, you can lose money just as well. When you go work that 9 to 5, you go work and you're making a paycheck, clocking in or your salary, whatever it is, you're working for somebody and they're paying you. Okay, they're not stripping you of your money. This monster, this beast, this market will take what you have from your account if you do not know how to read the markets correctly. Okay, so one of the top characteristics what makes a sound, okay, person or sound-minded, intellectual person, all right, be able to make it within this business is motivation. Do you have it or do you not? Do you have pure drive? So who we are as a person, you know, the characteristics or traits that make up our inner being, you know, we're born with that. We're instilled with that. I'm not saying you can't work on certain things, you know, that you may be, say, lacking of or just having a hard time with. You know, maybe you're just not a motivated or driven person. Not saying you can't work on those things. You know, but you have to be able to, first and foremost, have the drive to get out the bed, all right? Have the drive to really be inspired to want to do something and passionate about something in your life. Like me, I'm passionate about trading. Like most of you guys who are watching this video right now, you're passionate about trading. It makes you happy. It gives you a sense of fulfillment, right? Okay, your emotions are running a high. There's something that gives you that force, that drive. It's not about chasing the money, okay? You just have to love the craft or the art behind this just as much as I do. I'm sure many of you do because you're able to perfect something. So when you perfect something, that gives you the motivation to do what? To want to push forward, to excel. All right. It's just like anyone that plays basketball or football or soccer or baseball or rugby, doesn't matter. Or maybe you're on a swim team. You have perfected something that makes you feel good about yourself. So it gives you motivation to push forward, to compete, to do well. That's the same thing, the same feeling I receive when I'm sitting in front of my charts on a daily basis, you know, and I'm looking at these markets and I'm saying, okay, I'm not going to allow this thing to defeat me today. I'm going to defeat it. I'm going to show, you know, these banks and institutions, I know what they're trying to do. I can read what they're doing behind the closed doors or the curtain, and pull that curtain back and see what they're doing. That's because you have to spend the time of practicing and understanding what's going on. So again, motivation or drive is what, you know, we are born with. And if you run low on that, meaning your tank is about empty, all right, you just don't have, enough oomph to really push yourself on a daily, you really need to take a look at yourself in the mirror to figure out what it is that you can do to change that. Okay, because if you're not a driven person, you're not going to make it in this business. Because you're not going to be able to get yourself out the bed to get excited about wanting to sit in front of these charts and trade these markets, okay? So I just want to throw that out there, okay? There's a difference. There's a fine line there of someone that has fueled by passion versus someone who is not. Okay, because when you're not fueled by passion, then it's not going to be for you. All right, a lot of people try to tap into this world of day trading or trading, whatever it could be, maybe position trading or swing trading, and it doesn't work out. All right, they just want to tap in and try to make a quick dollar and see if they can do it, and wash their hands of it. You cannot get into this business that way if you have that mindset. All right, this is for the long run, not just for temporary purposes. Okay. All right, self-awareness. Do you know who you are as a person? Okay, you have to understand that, because if you do not, these markets will swallow you whole. Okay, you have to have, again, that passion, drive. You've got to know your strong suits and your weaknesses. So whatever those weaknesses are, you go ahead and start putting those things in check. Okay, getting your mindset right. These are all the things that we work on from the beginning when we're going through that process of educating ourselves about the markets, learning, okay, how to read the charts, market structure, following price action, devising that strategy that allows us to be able to profit and be consistent in the market. As a person, you have to be consistent on the daily to be able to succeed in this business. You have to set a list of rules or guideline for yourself. So be self-aware of who you are as a person and quickly figure out, is this something that you can do, or do you feel like this is something that's just not made for you or meant for you? Not everybody is meant to get into this business. Only the top 5 to 10% of individuals that get into trading, regardless of the markets, actually succeed. Maybe you don't succeed in the future markets. Maybe you, I don't know, for whatever reason have, or may do better in options, or maybe just trading Forex. I don't know. I can't answer that, because we all come from different walks and paths in lives and have different interests. All right. When I, was introduced to futures, I stuck with it. I didn't look at any other, market. I didn't trade the Forex. I didn't trade options. Never traded stocks. I mean, we all should have interest in long-term longevity. When it comes to maybe investments, stocks is the way to go, I believe, if you're trying to hold for a long term. But when it comes to short-term trading, like I do on a daily, futures is king. Okay, it's the best option out there. All right, and that's just me, my opinion. Okay, but yeah, being self-aware of who you are is what's going to uplift you on the daily. Okay? Again, that's what's going to give you that boost of confidence. Okay, knowing who you are as a person, that's what's going to allow you to succeed and make it in this business. And when you know who you are as a person, you're self-aware, guess what? No one can strip you of that. No one can bring you down. No one can make you depressed. Okay? Now, I know things in life kind of weigh on our back sometimes, but we're able to just brush them off, okay, and move forward. Sometimes it may be a 100-pound backpack or 200-pound backpack that we got to figure out how to get off of us, okay? But when you're smart enough and you're emotionally aware, you're going to figure out a way to eliminate that stress, eliminate that problem quickly so you can move forward. That's what makes the difference of people who are successful versus those who are non-successful. When you have things that are standing in your way as barriers, okay, and then you become an emotionally depressed person, or things just frustrate you or get you down, a lot of people like that have a hard time getting back up and standing back up on their own 2 feet and pushing forward. Someone who's emotionally self-aware who they are, they let nothing stand in their way. Even, when that brick wall, that barrier comes to stand in front of them, they know how to get around it or force themselves through it. Okay? That comes from intellectually being able to process things and deal with just life in general. And the same thing when it comes to these markets, you take a small losing trade, okay, or you get stopped out. That's not the end of it at the end of the day. You get back on your 2 feet, get your mind right, take a second look at the market, see what you did wrong, and get back and look for the next setup. To do what? To cover that loss and to make up more, okay? All right, because at the end of the day, again, like I always talk about, is that it's about being green at the end of the day. I don't care what no one says, that says that it's okay to have a losing day. You will have losing days. I believe, you have losing trades, or you'll be able to cut your losses, okay, and get out of a trade. But the thing about it at the end of the day, to me, you should be green. That's what I always talk about, you know? All right, you take 3 trades a day, right? Okay? Some people take 1 trade. That's a beautiful thing. You got yourself set up to the point to where you can only take 1 trade a day, whether it's a bad trade or a good trade. Now, if it's a bad trade, then you may have taken a loss for that day and you end up red, right? So sometimes it's good to take maybe an additional trade or a 3rd trade, okay? The first one maybe you lost. The second one you maybe broke even at to cover your loss or made a little gain. And then the third one actually puts you in the positive, okay? So you just have to know, again, who you are, okay? And get back up on your high horse when things may get you down slightly or stand in your way. You know how to keep pushing forward, all right? And the last one I want to talk about is self-regulation. Being able to manage behaviors, okay, based upon emotions, all right? All right, that's what self-regulation really is, okay? Whether you're frustrated, you are stressed out, you know, you've reached a level of anxiety or possibly fear, being able to regulate that so you can bring it back down to some normalcy so you can focus on what you need to do in front of these charts while you're trading within these markets, okay? Not letting anything grab a hold of you that causes you to be unfocused on what you need to do, okay? And looking for those setups, all right? So, you know, it's not tough stuff when it comes to trading. People look at it as it could be difficult. But the market, as I say this all the time, it's only moving primarily in 2 ways. You know, directions, up or down, making higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs. And then sometimes it may move sideways, range, and then that's when we want to stay out the market, right? Especially if you're trading supply and demand. I trade supply and demand 98%, 99% of the time. You know, that's the style of trading, how I trade. You know, every once in a while, I may see a good setup back at an area of support and resistance, and I may take it. But to me, those type of trades are a little bit more risky. And I'll talk about that in some of the videos because, you know, if you take a trade at supply or even, excuse me, not supply, but at a support or a resistance area, you probably will become part of liquidity at some point because you're taking a trade maybe halfway through a move. I talk about that in videos in the past. But anyways, that's not about that. We're talking about self-regulation and being able to stay on top. Keep your mind focused, having the right mindset, controlling all the nuances that may be, you know, holding or holding you down like an anchor in a sense, all right? Knowing how to cut the ties, move forward to eliminate them, okay? You know, you wake up, maybe you're feeling a little bit depressed, all right? Maybe it's not the best day for you to trade. Feeling frustrated because, I don't know, something personal in your life, you know? Or maybe you're feeling stressed because you got some bad news. Sometimes in life, we just have to learn to step away from the table, and that may not be a good day for us to keep pushing forward to really look at, you know, when it comes to trading, okay? Even people who work a 9-to-5 job or work for an employer, you know, there's things that we take to work with us sometimes personally, and it you know, it stands in the way of us being able to process and think throughout the day. So sometimes we have to take a breather and take a step back, maybe take a day off to get our minds right and to clear the smoke, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. So, but self-regulation is important, okay? Again, because that's your way of being able to process all those emotions and knowing how to deal with them on a daily. And you have to before you step into these markets because, again, you will get destroyed. Because at the end of the day, we are trading with capital, all right? And it's money that we are tied to in some way or another, and we don't want to lose that money. The business aspect is to make money, okay? So that's all I have for you guys. I just wanted to talk about those 3 you know, emotional, intelligent areas that make up a strong-minded individual when it comes to being a day trader and sitting in front of these markets and trading correctly, okay? Consistency and having patience, being able to sit there and wait for a trade to unfold. But look, if you're someone that's interested in joining the great Discord community that we have, find that link down in the description portion of the video. Invite yourself in for free. Come over and join us. You can ask questions over on the general chat if you choose to. Maybe you're someone that's new to trading futures. Come over and ask any question. Always remember, no question is a dumb or stupid question. Guys, we all started from somewhere. We all had questions about the markets, especially the futures. And again, no question is a dumb question. Someone's going to have to answer. If I don't answer, you know, quick enough, or there's a community of individuals just as well who have experience and been trading for a while, and they can help along as well. So come over, Find the link down in the description portion of the video. People always ask me, there is what's called a tier membership program. It's still YouTube, okay? And basically what it is, you just support me as a content creator by all the efforts and means of me creating these videos, because I want to see people prosper and become and do well in these markets, all right? What you receive are what's called perks and rewards, all right? And it's through the YouTube membership program. If you want to become an elite member, people ask me, how can they sign up? Just click on the join button or link. You see Join, join. If you click on that, then it's going to bring up 2 tiers, okay? The elite membership, that's where you receive all the first level perks, plus you also receive the trade breakdowns. That's where I go into detail about my trades, so that you get a better understanding of why I take those trades, my thought process, as well as you get the video playlist, okay? That's where I've hand selected a group of videos that I feel cover and the most valuable information, videos that are pertinent about going into, again, detail on the things and areas that I stress in regards to how I trade, all right, how I see and perceive the markets and the strategy I use. So if you're someone that's interested, it's just $6.99 a month. That's all it is to become an elite member. Again, you're supporting the efforts of me as a content creator by pushing and continuously making these videos, and I'm just, giving back these rewards and perks at the same time. So I appreciate everyone that has done so. Tons of you have signed up for it, and I thank you for doing so, for supporting my efforts here. It really shows that we have a loyal community as well. And again, that's really much all I had to say in this video, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning in. If you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and sub by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Make sure to turn on all your post notifications so you never miss one of the uploads. And last but not least, please drop a like on the video. Take care, and I will see everyone in the next video. I'm getting over into the markets right now so I can engage with the Discord community and hopefully take a few trades today. Take care.